Hey, what's going on everyone? We just got some brand new footage for LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, and it's some pretty interesting stuff, so let's jump right in. So there are 3 clips that we got here, and they all came from advertisements for LEGO sets, actually, that included some gameplay footage for the Skywalker Saga. The first clip here is of Anakin and Grievous' starfighters, the second one is of Poe's Resistance X-Wing, and a shot of an AT-AT falling over, and the third clip is of Anakin and Grievous fighting each other on what looks like Kashyyyk. So there's a lot of hidden gems in this footage. So let's start with the Anakin and Grievous one, because that is the most interesting clip. By the way, little graphics and emojis have been added to these clips for the actual advertisement itself, so you can just ignore those. So the first thing worth noting here is the minimap. I believe this is our first look at the Skywalker Saga minimap, and it looks like it kind of resembles the Force Awakens minimap. And something worth noting about this is that in the Force Awakens game, the minimap was only shown when you were in just the free roam exploration of the different planets mode and not in an actual level. And that makes sense because Anakin and Grievous never actually fought each other on Kashyyyk, which is what this planet looks like here. And also on the minimap, you can see a bunch of little icons at the top there, which are probably other things you can do in the free roam, similar to how it works in Force Awakens, and those probably wouldn't be there for an actual level. We can see some borders on that minimap, and it looks like the lighter section is the part you can explore, with more being at the top. That doesn't look like a huge space width-wise, but I'm assuming it gets larger as you move up the map. This is probably like one corner or one little pocket of the map, and there's probably much larger explorable spaces. But the most interesting part of this clip, of course, isn't the minimap, it's the lightsaber duel itself. And here we get a look at a few more graphics which we haven't seen before. There's a health bar above Grievous, which looks different than any ones we've seen so far, and there is some sort of new combat mechanic or something on the right here. So let's take this frame by frame. In the first frame of this battle, you can see this health bar. 1/4 of it is white, 1/4 of it is red, and 2/4 are gray. Now this doesn't really look like a boss fight to me because 1, like I've mentioned, it is just in the free roam, and 2, we got this footage a little while back of Darth Maul, and as you can see here, the health bar looks much more like you would expect a boss's health bar to look, and he's got like 3 little shields above his health bar, indicating some sort of shield system that you have to break through before you can actually get to his health. With Grievous here, it's just a single health bar that I assume would be entirely red when full and in gray when empty, and then you defeat him. So as we move through this clip, you can see that the Anakin hits Grievous as the health goes white, then the white goes down and it goes to red. Then Anakin connects a second time, the health goes back to white and then goes down. So white is probably just the transition from red to gray, probably just quickly goes right down. Now if we take a look a few frames later, you can see a 25 in the center there right after Anakin deals damage. And 25 of course is 1/4, so it's very possible that Anakin's attack here just happens to do 25 damage, with 100 of course being the total health of any given unit. So maybe this health bar isn't broken up into 4 sections that you take down like hearts. Instead it may just be a health bar of 100 points, and different attacks do different amounts of damage, and again it's just chance that Anakin's here happens to be 25, so it looks like it's divided into 4ths. That may be what is happening here. Then we have this interesting thing to the right, and here we can probably see that this is PlayStation footage because of the X's in the circles, and X is typically the attack button, so that probably means for each successful attack, the bar moves up a circle, and then once it reaches the top, it will give you X1 at the very top there, which will make you do more damage, because that's how many hits you've landed. It's some sort of combo type system, and the circle at the bottom tells you how many hits you have currently landed in succession. And that does sort of line up with Anakin's hits. The first hit causes it to flash white and go to 3, and then the second hit, the finishing blow, causes it to flash white again and go up to 4. So that may be completely incorrect, but that's just what it looks like to me. Then we got this shot right here of Anakin and Grievous' starfighters above Geonosis. At the very start of this clip, you can see the Geonosis tag right there, and then right above Anakin's ship, you can see a little box that is pointing to a specific point on Geonosis, and that says the Petranaki Arena, which of course is the Colosseum from Episode 2. You can also see little icons floating around on the screen here. Some probably indicate enemies, some indicate allies, and some probably indicate what you need to go do to advance the story. At the bottom left of this clip, we have a little indicator that is currently at 100, and if we zoom in here, we can see some Arabic text underneath the 100. Now, this isn't the highest quality of footage, and there is a giant word game over part of this, but that word is actually speed in Arabic. So this is, in fact, a speed gauge at the bottom left here, so you will be able to change the speed of the ship you're flying. Also, one other very minor thing is that the crosshairs of these two ships are different, so each ship may have a unique crosshair, or perhaps different factions like Republic and the Separatists may have different ones as well. And then the third clip here is very similar to the last one, except this time it is Poe's X-Wing flying near Geonosis with the same speed gauge at the bottom left. And by the way, this is also a different crosshair. And then at the very end, we see what looks like a cutscene of an AT-AT falling over. So there we go, those are the 3 new gameplay clips for the Skywalker Saga. Pretty interesting stuff. We're getting a bit of a closer look now at some of the revamped combat, and it looks like there may be actually a damage attack number system for attacks, and perhaps revamped health bars with just like a total of 100 instead of just individual hearts. So that's going to be it for this one. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.